The world of handguns is ruled by brands like Glock, SIG, and to a slightly lesser extent Smith & Wesson and Ruger. These companies produce well-known and very reliable guns. They are well respected for their reliability, their accuracy, etc. They are the quarterback or the prom queen. Everyone knows them, and in case of guns like Glock or the 1911 frame, you can even build one starting with an 80% lower frame and hardly use any Glock parts. However, some guns aren't known so well. They are guns that are criminally underrated and underappreciated. Though these guns aren't part of the popular crowd, they're still decent guns worthy of attention and praise. CZ P-10C. In my opinion, the CZ P-10C is a tragically underrated carry pistol. With a suite of well-thought-out features that outrun some of its competitors who've had generations of pistols to fix their oversights. It was designed from the outset to be compatible with Glock 19 holsters. Some brands of G19 sheets fit the CZ P-10C like a glove, others not so much. This was a handy workaround at launch, but the P-10C has been around long enough that at least a handful of holster makers now produce models specifically for this pistol. The stock frame texture is effective, the ergonomics a noticeable step up from other guns in this class, and the second-generation P-10C introduced a swappable magazine release. To be honest, I'm not really sure why the CZ P-10C isn't more popular, especially now that there's an optics-ready model. It checks all the major boxes for a modern CGI pistol, from a Picatinny rail frame to interchangeable backstraps, on up to ambi-swappable controls, and an impressively refined stock trigger. For shooters looking to purchase a carry or bedside pistol that's ready to go from the register, who have little or no aspirations of playing around in the aftermarket. These pistols have long carried a sort of gun hipster reputation. They're the sidearm you carry when you want a thoroughly modern, high-performing handgun, but also want to buck the trend in a sea of boxy black pistols. Well-appointed and competitively priced, the CZ P-10C unfortunately remains a second-class citizen in a world of ever more widespread concealed carry. IWI Masada, a production of Israeli weapons industry. The Masada is a striker-fired, polymer-framed handgun. The pistol is fully ambidextrous. The slide lock and magazine release are on each side. This makes for good combat utility. The pistol is chambered for the 9mm Ruger. The magazines hold 17 rounds. The last couple of cartridges are difficult to load. That is good, as strong magazine springs ensure feed reliability. A big plus is that the pistol is optics-ready. The Masada is a comfortable handgun to fire in use. The trigger is smooth with a positive reset. The sights offer excellent visibility. The pistol was accurate enough for personal defense well past 25 yards. This handgun responds well to a trained shooter. Recoil is modest and muzzle flip low. The trigger resets quickly. The pistol shoots well. IWI combined some of the best features of its competitors and incorporated them into the Masada. It's the mating of the SIG Sauer P320, that in 509 Tactical and Glock 19X. All these guns have something in common. Versions of each were submitted for the U.S. Army's 2015 XM-17 Modular Handgun System solicitation. The Masada has many of the features of better-known field-proven pistols, and it performs just as well. With so much potential for growth amid the hopeful release of different frames, the Israelis follow a rugged creed of self-defense with a stock of positive programs. They also offer a good portion of red corpuscles along with their designs. The Masada is an excellent choice for personal defense or service use. Beretta APX RDO. One of the many contenders for the AMHS award was the Beretta APX pistol. Introduced in 2016, just in time for the trials, the APX is Beretta's first mainstream striker-fired pistol. It shares many base features with other polymer-frame striker pistols like tilt barrel, locked breech operation, but includes many Beretta signature and design features equally applicable to the Army contract requirements and needs of civilian users. For a striker-fired plastic fantastic, the APX trigger is pretty good. For 1911 fans, that falls somewhere between a custom-fit light trigger and an old-school USGI trigger that actually works. The APX has a striker release so the pistol can be taken down without pulling the trigger. Undoubtedly, this is in reaction to some law enforcement agency concerns about the need to pull the trigger on Glocks for a basic takedown. Overall, this is a nice pistol. Unlike its predecessor, the 92 or N9 series, the grip is surprisingly slender, and that makes the whole pistol feel the same way. In fact, The grip is night and day different than the M9 predecessors, so it shouldn't be a challenge for most any shooter. The APX is easy and soft to shoot, although you'll find that the grip angle is a bit more raked, so it's closer to that of a Glock than a 1911. Bottom line, we live in the golden age of striker-fired semi-automatic pistols, and the truth is that you could toss an APX in a bag with a VP9, a Glock 19, a Walther PPQ, an M&P, and a CZ P-320, then give that bag a good shake. Once it's all jumbled up, reach in and grab whatever pistol comes out, and you'll be fine. It's a good time to be alive and a good time to buy a Beretta. HK P30. The HK P30 couldn't be saved by the hands of John Wick. For some reason, everyone focuses on the USP, Mark 23, and of course the VP9. HK introduced the P30 series of pistols in 2006. Previously, HK had made both the Mark 23 and the HK USP series, which were both hammer-fired polymer frame pistols. The HK P30 was a modernization of the HK USP series. HK was truly ahead of its time with the grip on the HK P30, and it's still more modular than any other handgun grip in existence. The HK P30 ships with a 15-round flush-fit magazine. For years, the 15-round magazine was the only option, but recently, as of 2020, the HK P30 will accept the 17-round magazines that HK redesigned for the HK VP9 2020. They're still flush-fit, and they add no extra length to the firearm. Like most HK products, the P30 is very well made, extremely reliable, and quite accurate. The trigger isn't bad, and the single action stands out. The HK P30 is arguably the most high-quality polymer frame pistol on the market. It exceeds anything else out there, and the polymer is a noticeably higher quality feeling than, say, something like the HK VP9 series. It definitely feels better than something like a Glock Smith & Wesson XD, CZ P-10C, or name any of your polymer striker fire handguns on the market. Now, this gun isn't fancy by any means, but it does well exceed anything you're going to find on the market currently. Canik TP9 Elite Combat. Canik is one of the newer players in the striker-fired gun world, at least for the US market. In an already crowded field, they have taken some pretty serious ground via a combination of hard-earned reputation and value for the dollar. The Canik brand has proven not only solid but highly adaptable. The TP9 Elite Combat looks like a pistol built for business. It's clearly not a run-of-the-mill department issue pistol, but it's not so raced out that it's impractical for field use. To make and design the Elite Combat, Canik teamed up with Salient Arms International. Starting with a TP9 SFX, S8, I contributed a nitrided fluted barrel, a carry-conscious magwell, and fiber optic sights. Canik also added a new aluminum flat-face trigger with zero creep, which cleanly breaks at 5 pounds, new +3 magazine extensions, and either nitride or nickel coating on all internal components and small parts. Below the barrel, the Canik TP9 Elite Combat pistol features a Picatinny accessory rail, and an optic fiber sight set is mounted as standard. The rear sight can be exchanged for a red dot, for which 4 adapter plates are included. Overall, the Canik TP9 Elite Combat is an excellent pistol. While it is a pistol of Turkish design, which may push some people away from it for political reasons, Century Arms is a well-respected company, and the Canik line of handguns has earned a lot of respect over the years. I can confidently recommend this pistol to anyone looking for a full-size handgun to add to their arsenal.